psychotherapist Kristen Jacobson.
Hey everyone, I'm Kristen, the anxiety therapist, and the holidays are upon us. It's officially holiday season, and for a lot of people that means it's sort of the worst, best time of year. I know personally I sort of have a love-hate relationship with the holidays. Having 2 young kids and thinking about them being off from school for 2 weeks already is making me feel kind of anxious and fatigued. So in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about navigating family enmeshment, especially during the holiday season. As we're in the holiday season, a lot of people look forward to cherished traditions or quality time with family, the warmth of connection. But for some, the holiday season can really illuminate the challenges of family dynamics, particularly when it comes to the sort of intricate web of enmeshment. So what exactly is family enmeshment? If you picture it this way, your family is sort of represented by strands of yarn, and all of these are tightly intertwined. And so thinking about it in this metaphor sort of captures the essence of family enmeshment, where boundaries blur and individual identities sort of become entangled. So the desire for close relationships is often what drives enmeshment, but its consequences can be pretty profound. So what's the difference between closeness versus enmeshment? Distinguishing between a close-knit family and an enmeshed one really lies in how they handle boundaries. So healthy families foster strong bonds while respecting personal space and independence. On the other hand, enmeshed families struggle with very blurry boundaries, making it difficult for individuals to make independent decisions without feeling pressured. And then I want to talk a little bit about how enmeshment and codependency are similar but also kind of differ. So they're related, but they're not identical. Enmeshment involves deep involvement in each other's lives, where you're compromising your autonomy and in turn your mental health. Whereas codependency, which is common in various relationships, it doesn't have to be a family, but it can be parent, romantic partner, friends, whomever. Codependency entails excessive reliance on another for emotional support, validation, or identity. And so while enmeshed families might display signs of codependency, the two concepts are a bit different. Now, I can't talk about enmeshment without bringing in the cultural piece, right? Because cultural factors really play a significant role in family dynamics. And so in some communities that might be a little bit more collectivistic, enmeshment is a valued means of maintaining strong family bonds. And so understanding these cultural variations is really crucial, as what might be perceived as enmeshment in one culture might actually be indicative of a healthy family dynamic in another. So what are some signs of an enmeshed family system? Enmeshment manifests through various signs in both adults and children. So adults might struggle with setting boundaries, micromanaging, relying heavily on their children for emotional support, whereas children in turn might find it challenging to make decisions, develop independent interests, and form relationships outside of the family. So why do families become enmeshed? Enmeshment in adults often stems from their own upbringing. So individuals, especially with an anxious attachment style, which is shaped by sort of inconsistent caregiving growing up, they might seek excessive closeness. Mothers facing identity struggles and mood disorders might contribute to family enmeshment. And external factors like traumatic events and cultural expectations can also play a role. So what is the impact of enmeshment? While enmeshment can provide a sense of loyalty and emotional support, its negative effects can be pretty significant. So, as I mentioned, children might struggle with decision making, forming healthy relationships outside the family, and really kind of establishing their own identity and independence. And then parents might face stress and burnout, impacting their relationships beyond the family unit. And a lot of times conflicts within enmeshed families can go unresolved. So people don't develop these sort of conflict resolution skills, which ultimately hinders their personal growth and ability to communicate effectively. There's also something called enmeshment trauma, and this occurs when a child's involvement in a parent's emotional life harms their well-being, affecting their ability to set boundaries in adulthood. So adults who've experienced enmeshment trauma may struggle with mental health issues and patterns of unhealthy relationships. This can be especially true for people who have a parent with maybe borderline personality disorder or narcissistic personality disorder, things of that nature, which I know personality disorders are no longer sort of recognized as a diagnosis, but I still think it's helpful to use them to sort of contextualize certain relationship patterns and personality dynamics. So how do we heal from enmeshment? Breaking free from enmeshment really requires awareness, often the guidance of a therapist. And there are a lot of different treatment modalities that can be really beneficial. A lot of them explore our attachment to our parents early on and what that looks like and how that's affected us. And then as we've gotten into adulthood, how some of those dynamics are now playing out with our aging parents and how we set boundaries with them, but also maintaining semblance of a relationship. I know there's a lot of information out there that urges people to go no contact, and that might be in your best interest, but it's not always a possibility or practical for people. So it's important to really understand your own personal family dynamics and how this is showing up. So be sure that you are focusing on building a sense of individual identity, really reflecting on your values and what's important to you, making sure you're taking your personal interests into account and practicing self-compassion. And really it's going to be the establishment of boundaries, which can take a while, that is going to really put you in the best spot for healing from enmeshment. So as we navigate the holiday season, understand that family enmeshment and its impact can provide insights into creating healthier dynamics and fostering personal growth. So use this as an opportunity to get curious and gain awareness and just be observant of the dynamics that are at play. And then once you have that information, you can make a more informed decision about how to move forward. So I would love to hear if you have any questions about this, and I hope that everybody has a safe and healthy and happy holiday season as much as that's possible. And I will see you all next week.